Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limited Addiction Podcast. My name is Frankie.
My name's Daniel, and we're here to talk about all things nerdy. Sorry, for some reason you said my name's Frankie. I was like, no, it's not.
That's my name. It's been my name all my life.
That was a really weird sensation that I forgot your name, I guess.
I forget my name all the time.
It's been so long. No, we're back. Had a hiatus. We rebuilt our recording studio.
Yeah.
So hopefully this week around, feel a little bit better for everyone. I was still kind of sick if you listened to last episode too, so it's probably for the better anyways. But hopefully better sound. Hopefully you guys can stop emailing us telling us that we sound horrible.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You guys don't email us.
Stop telling us to talk about
Get
Tusk.
Real. No, they were asking for Tusk. They were like, more Tusk, less everything else. But yeah, before we dive into it, Frankie, guess what?
What?
Remember a couple episodes that I was like, screw your sponsors?
Yeah.
Guess how many sponsors we have now?
How many?
Like 12.
No, we don't.
We don't.
No.
That's not true. We do have a few. Some minor ones, major ones, depending on how you look at it. There's one or two we can't say yet. Still finalizing, so
ooh, I don't even know about these.
Yes, you do. I told you.
I don't listen to anything you say.
Yeah.
No cadence at all.
We posted on the Instagram. Actually, I think I did it on my personal. I don't think I did it.
Good job.
That's my bad. But we got merch.
We got merch?
So head on over to franklydone.com and you'll Frankie's holding some of the merch.
I'm looking at the merch now.
Pretty
snazzy.
I really want the pint glasses. So any fans out there, if you want to send me a gift and not murder me, I'll give you someone else's address and then steal the package.
Oh, I'm going to buy some stuff.
Yeah, I want the pint glasses. That's really what I want.
Yeah, I'm just going to have all my glassware just going to say that stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. But no, yeah, t-shirts, glasses, mugs, baby onesies for our parent fans out there.
Yeah, or if you dress your oddly shaped cat.
True. I don't think a cat would like that at all. I guess you could cut a hole for the tail. But yeah, so that's brought to you by our good friends over at Bigfoot Tees. So yeah, the link will be across networks. For sure, you can see a preview of the merchandise on franklydone.com.
Yeah. And
then
we'll be wearing the shirts on Saturday.
We will. Yeah, for anyone that's going to be at the Cincy Comic Con, brought to you by Tony Moore. We'll be wearing them. Check them out. Tell us you hate us to your face.
Yeah, why not?
To your face.
To my face.
In the mirror. Go in the mirror and be like, I hate you, Frankie. I hate you, Daniel.
If you say it 3 times, I'll show up. Like, hey, what do you want?
Man, that's weird. Danger Room just made that joke too.
Did they?
Yeah.
No way. On a podcast I don't even listen to?
They got a review from somebody named Doombot Tater Tot.
Nice name.
That's what they said. And then the one was like, if you say it 3 times, he'll appear.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to say it anymore because that'd be weird. Speaking of iTunes reviews, it's a good segue before we get into our other one. We did get one.
What?
It was from a while ago, so sorry, listener. I didn't see this before.
What did they say?
Well, it was from Urcha27 and titled Best 5 Minutes of My Life. Subject, the other 95 weren't bad either. 5 stars. So, thanks, Urcha.
Thank you.
27.
Wow.
Not to be confused with 26.
They're the fan of the week.
They're the fan of the year.
If they message us directly, we'll directly shout them out.
If they message us, Urcha27, if you're out there listening, send us an email with your info, and we'll send you a link where you can buy your own merch. Jerk.
Wow.
Lost their only fan.
Yeah. I'll be your friend.
But no, we do have to take a little break from our other sponsor. So send you over there, and we'll be back.
Are you tired of collector's editions that don't cater to real collectors? Are you totally over art books, steel books, and other custom limited edition crap? Omega Wiper Ultra Mega Extra Strength Collector's Edition for hardcore fans. A Pip-Boy phone case to commemorate Fallout 4? That's cool, I guess, but what about a limited edition 1 kilogram cylinder of genuine weapons-grade plutonium? Sure, you say you're pumped about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, but only a real fan would buy a copy that comes with a one-way ticket to Afghanistan, a live horse, and a procedure to have your own hand actually amputated. Everyone loves Mario, but do you love Mario enough to buy this copy of Super Mario Maker that includes the original Mario Maker Shigeru Miyamoto himself? Do you? Ultra Mega Extra Strength Collector's Editions for hardcore fans are available for pre-order today.
Some of these options might not be exactly legal, but unless you're a total casual, you don't care. Ultra Mega Extra Strength Collector's Editions for hardcore fans are available everywhere for pre-order today. You have to ask where, you're probably not a real fan.
All right, so I figured that'd be a perfect sponsor for this group. Actually, you found that one, not me.
Yeah, that's
So
full disclosure. I don't think we can get sued or anything, but that's from IGN.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good call there.
Yeah, they made that, not us.
Yeah, so
Go to their website if you want to find out about video game stuff. And
it's true. We don't talk about them too much, so go there instead.
you should. I've been got some time on my hands now. I've been getting back into video games.
Well,
I have to twist things in the positives. That's how I view
there
my
you
life.
go. Yeah, so Frankie will be covering video games from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally beat Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Would be the last person, but I'm gonna beat it.
I can't find a good angle to like see my notes and talk.
It doesn't matter.
It's getting awkward.
We make it up anyways.
For the most part, we do.
Yeah, we do. Really.
All right, I'm jumping in. Age of Ultron, big release was 2 days ago when we're recording this. 3 if you're listening.
Yeah, they're following the digital first
9/8.
trend.
So yeah, not a big fan of that trend, I gotta say.
Well, yeah, it's killing physical media.
That's true.
We're
too.
fighting a losing battle. You realize that digital will win.
The final countdown.
Like 10 years from now, there probably won't be Blu-rays or anything.
Yeah, there'll be Betamax.
But here's the thing, like I'm not the first person to bring this to the table, but you don't own that. You get sent to a link that lets you privately view something, but if, for say, like that site ever goes down, you lose it.
It's true.
But that's just my
That's a
old
good
man
point.
rant.
Well, for all us old folks out there, we're going to be waiting until October 2nd for it.
That's 2 months early then.
2 months early.
Well, it's not, well, a little bit more.
Oh,
than a month,
the
yeah.
digital?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I was surprised when I saw
that's
that
way
date.
early.
A lot of the extras are online, anyways,
Mhm.
through Marvel. So I'm gonna put up a pretty funny picture. I hope I still have it. I had it set for last week and then I didn't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this. It's a pretty funny picture. Head over to our Instagram. It's the free screen for one of the extras, but it's Vision. He just looks goofy.
What's going on?
It's a whole video about how like they started with CG and then went to human or something. I don't know
Oh.
how they made him look both. Pretty much, it's kind of interesting, I guess, if you're into that stuff. Moving right along, a new promo, now a week old, for Gotham went up.
I didn't see it.
You should,
Villains
because
Rise or something?
no, it's a different one than
Oh.
that. It's for all those people like you who are like, I might watch season 1 at some point. Watch it all in 7 minutes.
Well, I've already seen season 1. I'm not
Oh,
one
you
of those
finished?
persons.
Yeah, I guess you did finish it. Hey, well, anyways, for all our listeners that were like, wow, what they're talking about seems pretty good, but I don't have the time. You've got 7 minutes. You literally, it's weird because it makes it look like they spent like 4 episodes on Bruce Wayne and 4 on them, because they did each character's story in a row instead of splitting up like in the TV show, but it pretty much does cover everything.
That's cool. I remember
Yeah.
Lost to do stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, I hope for season 2 you see Victor Freeze. I want to see Mr. Freeze. That's what I want.
Well, maybe you'll see him September 21st. Leaves the Force in the first episode. That was leaked today. Spoilers.
Okay, but he's going to come back. It's not...
Yeah,
Prequels are weird. I think we talked about it a little bit.
they are.
There's no stakes.
No stakes.
No stakes.
Although they have said many times that this isn't necessarily connected to any other universe, so really,
Not directly, but we know.
I mean, Gordon's not going to die because he's the lead, unless like maybe in a few years when Bruce is a little older, then they could switch the emphasis. But
Yeah.
moving right along with TV shows.
Boom.
Other spoilers? I don't know. Pretty exciting for me. Simone Missick.
Don't know who that is.
Me either. But you will
Okay.
when Luke Cage rolls around because she will be playing Missy Knight.
Oh, I need to get that toy.
Colleen Wang and Missy Knight will be in Luke Cage, apparently.
Luke Cage is a world I'm looking forward to because I don't know that much about it. I know
Me too.
from the new Avengers, but anything before that, Heroes for Hire, any stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't know a lot about him, so.
I know a little bit. Probably wouldn't be able to hold my own with the OGs, if you will, in the comic spectrum. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and Jessica Jones, which, skipping ahead my notes here, but it got a teaser trailer today.
Yeah.
Didn't really say much, it showed Alias and just a lot of purple.
A lot of purple because of the villain. And it gave it a release date, right? When's coming?
It is coming in 3 pages.
Oh.
November 12th.
12th. I thought it was 20th. Oh, boy.
Nope. Yep. November 20th. That's something else.
Okay.
That's something else you're going to hate when
Okay,
we get there. That's our second to last subject. So
Okay.
hang on, listeners.
Well, 20th is the day
So
I
we
will try
call
and
it
take off
teaser.
work.
Yeah, November 20th is the Jessica Jones. Yeah, excited for both of those. Old Man Logan news. We've talked about the new comic a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Did that come out this week?
no.
Okay.
Not this week. It might have came out last.
Nope.
No, 2 weeks ago was the last one. Yeah.
The conclusion hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, you're right. But we haven't talked too much about the old one, although we have for Wolverine 3 is pretty heavily being rumored.
He said
for
it.
Old Man Logan. He said it. Sabretooth said it now.
Yeah.
He said he hadn't been asked to be in it, but he was like, if Logan can be old, why can't Sabretooth? And they're like, because nobody likes you.
What's his name? Reese Shiver? Something like that.
Leaf, yeah.
Leaf.
Schreiber. Liev.
Yeah, so he played it in the Wolverines movie. Not the first X-Men movie. That was a different actor.
That was a terrible choice. It's not going to be a terrible choice other than all pretenses with it's being developed by Fox.
Okay.
I don't have much faith in them anymore for movies. But Mega Man
Mega Man?
in developments, yeah. For their own movie.
I remember that game was hard when I was a little kid.
Yeah. I remember playing it a few times.
That and Contra, I could never get past the first few levels. And the Kung Fu game was hard. All games were hard except Mario.
Nope.
Mario's hard?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, when we break off and do the video game podcast.
Video games. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll just come up with a name.
Saudi is going to be pretty interesting too.
Yeah, hopefully we're testing something new this week, so hopefully it all works. Seeing spikes. Anyways.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry. Something big happened last Friday.
What happened?
Force Friday.
Force Friday, yeah.
Force Friday was last Friday.
Yeah.
You got a few things. I did
Yeah,
not.
my original play didn't work. I had some personal stuff, and it kept me from wanting to stay up late, but I did go the next day and kind of scavenge through. Throughout the week, I got everything I wanted, but the first initial day, I didn't get what I wanted was the Kylo Ren 6-inch Star Wars Black toy. Couldn't find that anywhere. I got Rey and BB-8's the 6-inch Black toy. Got the new Star Wars book that takes place directly after the movie. But the reviews, and I read the back, it didn't seem that interesting. And I got a Kylo Ren bobblehead. But just yesterday, I did find that Kylo Ren.
Where'd you find it?
Found it in a Target in Westchester. I spent my last $20 on
I
it.
thought you were going to say the other place. I saw a Chewbacca Black.
Yeah, I
box
saw
there.
some Chewbacca's. I need to get a Chewbacca because I have Han Solo, but...
You know what I need to get?
What?
A tiny functional BB-8.
Oh my goodness, that thing's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but I'm planning on getting some of that for Christmas, if it's still available. Now, Force Friday, I saw a bunch of them at different stores, but on the internet, I guess everyone's saying it's sold out everywhere.
Jeez.
$150 for the Sphero one.
I think it's worth it.
Seems legit. The Hasbro one is $70. It's remote controlled. The Sphero one,
Lame.
you use your phone. I will say the Hasbro one I think has better paint, more screen accurate paint detail. The Sphero one's the bigger ball BB-8 is perfectly round and smooth paint. But either way, they look legit.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. You know what else I'm not excited for?
What's that?
And pretense this with, let me explain
Okay.
before people rage. Hindle from the Thor movies.
Oh, Heimdall?
Heimdall, yes, thank you. Rumored to be the next James Bond.
That's like old news.
Well, yeah, we're 2 weeks behind, 3 weeks behind.
I have a follow-up if it's not in your notes. The current writer of the James Bond books said he didn't like Idris Elba, that's the actor's name, because he said he was too street, and automatically the internet's like, that's a race thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Mine's not a race thing from me. I don't want to have to deal with the crap from the internet.
Yeah.
And like every Facebook post and all this stuff of like, he can't be black.
He backtracked, and I think he genuinely mean it wasn't a race thing. He just saying he's too street, meaning too rugged, because he's the main actor in the show called Luther.
Yeah.
BBC, and he's kind of a street cop, and I guess he was in another show, The Wire.
Yes.
I didn't watch it. I don't want him to be Bond, not because of skin or anything. I think he's too old.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be Bond because I don't want to have to deal with the backlash from the internet.
I do like the James Bond movies. I'm looking forward to Spectre. I own all the Bond movies. I got that.
I don't own any of them.
I got them all
That's
on
not
Blu-ray.
true. I have Goldfinger.
Got Goldfinger. I want to just... Maybe I'll do this now with my new freedom. I will...
Freedom.
Watch...
That's a good way to put it.
I will watch every Bond movie. I don't know if I'll do it one a day or one a week. I'm not going to say I'm dedicated. I'm going to write a blog about each one or even do anything. This is for myself. Maybe I'll give you highlights as I'm watching them.
It'll be fun.
Because I thought about it, like maybe we do a segment, but there's already this cool one called James Bonding. It's a podcast all about James Bond. They take each Bond movie and then critique it.
Be interesting, read.
Good name for a podcast.
Get them to promote us.
James Bonding.
We'll
They're part of the
promote
Smodcast network. Yeah, we're not going to get.
Well, I mean, we talked about his whole movie for one of ours. So.
We did. We are Kevin Smith fans. I just think The Big Fish.
Big Fish is a good movie. So we've gone back and forth in this podcast whether or not Hulk would be in Civil War.
Yeah.
For those of you who are also a week behind, he's not going to be there.
Ooh.
But I mean, it's good to know for sure. It takes a lot of wondering. But I like the reasoning too.
What was the reasoning?
The reason Hulk left in the last movie, Avengers, is apparently too big of a reason that they don't want to reveal it yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thinking Planet Hulk, maybe?
Oh.
That's how you bridge the gap between Guardians and Marvel. Like, where's Hulk? All of a sudden the
True.
Guardians run into him because he's on some battle world. Not the battle world that's going on now. The world where they battle.
He's on Planet Hulk in Battle World.
I forget the name of that planet. But I read the story
That would be
arc.
interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
What if at the end
Go
of
on,
Captain America, it's just a scene of him in an arena, Hulk just looking around an arena.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to end of Civil War, and it's Hulk looking around in a casino.
Oh, Joe Fixit.
Joe Fixit's going to be in the new Contest of Champions, it looks like.
Ah.
So
Now, is Contest of Champions the next
Let's pick that
crossover,
up.
or is it just a...
It is... My understanding of it,
This is
it's
in the
not
comics.
a cross... Yes, comics. It's not a crossover like it was. Well, I don't even know last time it was either.
I think Contest of the Champions was technically the first crossover.
But yeah, this
Tie-in
one seems
kind
like
of.
it's going to be a standalone story,
Mhm.
but it's going to feature characters from several different universes.
So, like, what's
So
going
he's
on?
like going to pull people out of Secret Wars into this thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I
interesting.
saw some images and it looked like Joe Fixit. They didn't have any names. But yeah, I was already going to get it anyway, so now I'm definitely going to.
Yeah. It'll be a good one.
Yeah. Jumping right along, Cartoon Network is rumored to start a new Justice League of America.
Cartoon?
Cartoon, yeah.
Okay.
I guess somebody leaked a poster and it said JLA and then it had silhouettes of, obviously Superman, Batman.
Well, silhouettes, my question was going to be, is it Bruce Timm style artwork? Or
So,
Bruce Timm did...
silhouettes.
Remember that Justice League movie, Gods and Monsters, we just watched?
Yes.
He created that. He also did the legendary Batman animated series run. And
Person who did the covers for the companion comic is going to be at Cincy Comic-Con.
oh, I just that'd be awesome if it was a continuation of that universe. There's a whole animated universe starting with Batman, going all the way to Justice League.
Derek Robertson.
Oh, knew it. No, that was different, Derek. But no, anytime you see Justice League,
Yeah, Cartoon Network's always done a good job.
yeah, they have, because they've
So.
done a good job. Other than the Teen Titans show, which that's fine. I'm not knocking that. But what I was going to say, my
Like
point,
the one or the one that's on now?
the one that's on now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, that one's more focused toward kids. The other cartoons were always more, kids could appreciate them, but they had bigger storylines that adults could appreciate. So my point was going to be that Cartoon Network does a good job making adult-friendly storylines. Not like it's porn or anything, but just intriguing.
Yeah.
So anything, I think it'd be a good idea. And again, I'm not knocking the Teen Titans show.
I am.
Titans or... You okay, man? You need water? We can take a break.
I'll never give up.
Watch him die. I mean, listen to him die. That's not good. Whew. Okay.
I wrote Star Wars toys down again for some reason.
Well,
Must have really liked them.
I didn't get the fin. Oh, funny story about Star Wars Day. I should have brought it up earlier. So, I went to on that Friday. My job, I drive around a lot, but I went to all the toy stores, all the Targets, and the very first one I went was the Florence one, and didn't see anything. Then I left. My brother, I told him, he went on the website and he said, they have Kylo Ren's. They said they have 6 of them. Like, lame. Go to all the other ones. And then at the end of the day, he's like, they still have them. I just called them and they said they have one in the back for you. They just go to customer service. And I was so far away from Florence and I was really tired. I'm like, I don't want to go all the way back to Florence. I do. And I go there and she hands me Finn because he's a black African-American character. That's what she thought it meant. And there was no Kylo Ren. She just had a black Star Wars black figure. That's my
Racist.
I'm like, oh, I didn't want this one. Oh.
Man, it's been a while since I've gone to all the toy stores.
It was
They stopped
tiresome.
carrying my toys.
That Florence might have had them because I was so stupid. At first, I didn't realize that they had a special. I went to the normal toy section, but they also had a seasonal section with even more Star Wars toys. So those additional Kylo Rens might have been there, and I just missed them that first time. But good news is I got them yesterday, so
There you go.
it worked out.
It worked out. You know who it didn't work out for?
Who's that?
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, poor Andrew Garfield.
He won't stop talking about Spider-Man.
I don't think it's that. I think he's doing promotion for movies, and the reporters won't stop asking him.
You think?
Yeah, because I heard
Yeah.
one question, and his response like, "Well, I don't feel comfortable answering that this time in my life. It's still a tough subject for me. It's something about how'd you feel that they let you get."
Yeah.
So I don't think it's him. No, I bet he's British. He's probably trying to be classy about it, but he's promoting a movie that's Oscar bait. I forget what it's called, but it has Zod in it as well. General Zod, the actor who plays him. Nothing. That'd be funny if General Zod was actually. But that's probably he's on promotion for that. And all the reporters like,
talking,
yeah. So what do you think about Spider-Man? It's like,
I'll tell you what he thinks about it.
Go for it.
Apparently he was the one who, not probably the main one, but he was a big supporter of Sony and Marvel.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you
joining,
be?
you know?
Gosh.
He was never even talked to about reprising the role.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't even thought of, which kind of burns.
It does. Because I liked him in the movies.
He says it's the hardest role he will ever play.
Spider-Man was?
Yeah. He said that he never felt like he was Spider-Man anyways. It was just like, I built myself up too much, and I was like, oh man, I'm here, I'm Spider-Man, this is awesome, and I just couldn't get into it. He's like, but it worked out because that's kind of how Peter Parker was the whole time too. Like, he built up this big thing that he really couldn't be anyways. But now I think he's having fun with it.
Yeah.
Now, you saying that makes things a lot of fall into place.
These press junkets, you get asked the same question over
One person
and over
did
again.
ask him how he felt about it, and he was like, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it, like you said. Then another one, he was like, I just can't wait for Spider-Man to be pansexual. Like, who cares who he's in love with? Let's just have fun with it. And then he was like, you know who I want to see as Mary Jane? Michael B. Jordan.
He originally did pitch that. Is he still dating? What's her name?
Emma Stone?
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
don't know.
Who knows? This isn't.
He's not Spider-Man anymore, so she dropped him.
Yeah, just like he dropped her.
Oh, too soon. It was 1972, but too soon.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if that was the right date.
Yeah, I liked Andrew Garfield. Even some people I know didn't like him. He's like, he's too cool to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. I still like Andrew.
Yeah,
I hope Tom Holland did.
I hope he bounces back and he has a great career. Apparently he's great in this new movie, so it sounds like he will.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for
It does sound like being taken off the role has hit him pretty hard, though.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'd be so stoked if I was Spider-Man.
Keep going now, Andrew.
You can do it, Andrew. We believe in you.
We've got your support. You and Michael B. Jordan just go get a movie together.
What if him and Tobey Maguire do a movie together?
What if they do Spider-Verse and they get Tobey Maguire to play the Peter Parker and Andrew Garfield?
I like it.
Marvel, give us a call.
Let's
We'll
do
write it.
The Spider-Verse movie. We got
I love it. That is awesome.
Okay.
That would be the craziest thing ever.
That's...
Almost like if the dead started walking
Oh, really?
on October 11th.
That when Walking Dead's coming back?
Yeah, it is. I tried. They're actually doing something cool this year.
What are they doing?
They've always done the little online mini-sodes, if you will. But this year they're actually going to put it on the actual TV, too. And it is going to be zombies on a plane.
Zombies on a plane?
Yeah. It's going to be in the Fear the Walking Dead timeline.
Okay.
And they're going to set it up to one survivor from the plane. I don't know. It doesn't say how many people survive, but at least one person does. They're going on to star in season 2 of Walking Dead.
You mean Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead.
I dropped off that show because
They only did 2 episodes.
They've only shown 2 episodes so far?
Yeah, they didn't have an episode last week.
Okay, so
Something like that.
I thought they had 3.
I
don't know. Either
maybe.
way, not because the show was bad. Just I've been going through some stuff and like I've missed it.
They took at least 1 week off.
That makes sense. I got my timelines mixed up. That could be right. There's only been 2. So as long as I watch that,
Checking out.
I watched half of it, and then
Yeah, they've only had 2 so far. Unless Bald Move just didn't do an episode for 3. Speaking of Bald Move.
Okay.
If you like TV's details as much as we give you movie details on our movie podcast, check out Bald Move. They do a lot of TV shows. They're from Cincinnati also. That's the only reason I'm throwing them out there. Pretty cool guys.
I'll have to listen to that one. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, they do a lot of shows. Fear the Walking Dead. They did Mad Men. They're going back through Breaking Bad, Downton Abbey, Game of Thrones.
Downton Abbey's hard to watch if you do that.
They've done a lot of stuff. But they're pretty cool guys. They do a lot of cool content. But yeah. And then, like I said, October 11th is the Walking Dead premiere. It's going to be 90 minutes.
Man,
And
somebody who
3 of the Alexandrias have been bumped up to full cast.
Oh, somebody who has cable should have a Walking Dead party every week.
All right, so apparently in October we're switching our recording day till Sunday. That'd be way too late. Cause it'd be like Talking Dead, unless we did it right before.
We wouldn't have to watch Talking Dead. I like watching Talking Dead, but Talking Dead's always something I watch the next day. Like, okay, process Talking Dead.
The guys from Bald Move don't watch Talking Dead at all either. They
Really?
think it's ridiculous that they have a show to explain the show.
It's not that they explain.
And they're
it,
like,
just to...
especially when there's stuff where they're like, oh, well, in this scene he was actually doing this. It's like, if we can't get that from just the show itself, it was bad writing or bad directing.
Well, I don't want to call out Bald Moves, but what's their show then? It's a show talking about a show.
Well, yeah.
What's the difference?
Because they're not the people creating the show being like, well, this is what we meant.
It's like if you make cups for drinking, why not make straws too? Get more money.
Because we're civilized people.
I don't know.
That's how you get buck teeth, using straws.
I just like
Come on.
I like Chris Hardwick, and the guests are fun sometimes.
Yeah, I like Talking Dead.
I do too.
I mean, it does bother me a few times when there is information that there was no way you would have been able to get it without somebody from the show telling you. You know?
Bad directing then.
But that or, things get left on the cutting room floor, if you will.
It's an interesting show because it's live, so sometimes you have like Marilyn Manson.
Oh my
Here's a
god, that's my
butthead.
favorite episode. That was hilarious.
And then Chris Jericho was just so amazing. He just was the better host than Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson clearly had never even seen the show.
Which is funny because on the show Marin, the very first episode of season 2, he gets asked to be on the Talking Dead. Chris Hardwick's in the episode and everything, and he hadn't seen episode 2. And in the middle of it, gets called out on it, and live TV's like, "You haven't even watched the show, have you?" He's like, "I watched the first 6 episodes."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Yeah, he was.
That was, yeah.
So yeah, that's coming. I'm excited for it. Well, if someone in this room has a Walking Dead party, because the other person only has internet.
Well, I do know somebody that used to always have Walking Dead parties and never invite me, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dang it. Blew up in my face. Maybe I'll just get cable again.
Blew up in your face like DC's DCU.
Uh-oh.
Man, I'm just weaving threads all night. Look at that.
Here we go.
Yeah, so Red Licorice wins.
Do they?
Yeah, so we talked about it back in June, May. DC launch, DCU, YOU. New storylines, everything, new creative teams. In June, it is rumored that they dropped $2 million in sales.
Whoa.
Compared to previous months.
Yeah, because that had the whole Convergence thing.
Yeah, it's coming out of Convergence into DCU.
Probably in their defense. No? Coming out of it? I thought, or during
I'm pretty
the Convergence.
sure. It might have been a little bit of overlap with Convergence.
Because Convergence, they probably
I'm pretty sure
anticipated that hit.
DCU was like, this is the aftermath of Convergence.
I mean,
I don't know 100% though.
DC just looks like a scattered mess. I'm behind on DC. I said I was going to get caught up, but I didn't.
Yeah, I got caught up on Marvel, but not DC. Yeah.
DC does seem like a scattered mess. There's titles I like about it, but as a whole, the universe seems kind of convoluted and confusing. I'm not knocking DC. I like DC.
It's going to be real awkward is when I meet the creative team for Batgirl this weekend. They're like, "Oh, you really like the comic?" I'm like, "I've never read a single issue, man." That's not true. I read the first one. It was good. That's why I bought the rest of them.
I read the Gail Simone ones. I didn't read it when they took over.
Maybe I'll read like the last one, or the ones I'm going to get signed. So I'm going to be like, this was awesome.
Just say that.
Really
They're not going to.
Part.
Remember
that one time that guy was like, "This isn't one of mine." And,
yeah.
Well, that's happened to me twice.
That's Bagley.
Bagley was the one that signed it, and then was like, "This wasn't one of mine." And then I believe it was Hopeless. No, Hopeless was really cool. It was somebody that used to do cover for the Ultimate Comics. He was like going through, and Marvel had said he did it, but he actually apparently didn't. And he got to it, he was like, "This isn't mine."
But your name's on it.
You were like, that's why I was like, "Oh, Marvel said you did." You were like, "You should have just told him I know."
I know.
Yeah, Bagley. It was hilarious. It's a good story to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally signed it and handed it back to me and said, "This isn't one of mine."
Yeah, we've told the story, but he was so mad that you were trying to get him to do stuff early.
Yeah.
It
wasn't even early. I guess it was for him.
Yeah. It sucks because I really like Bagley. His whole Ultimate Spider-Man run.
I still like him. It was funny. I mean, it was my fault for not checking. I just assumed he did everything else. Why wouldn't he do the annual? But it's pretty common, I guess, that different teams do the annuals. Anyways, DC standing behind DCU. In their words, they're just going to tweak some things, not drop things. This is the part that I just love DC for.
Okay.
Direct quote from somebody else quoting them. "Right now, our goal is to try and feed out as much product that's as different as possible to try and attract the widest audience possible." They're literally making spaghetti and throwing it at the wall.
Yep. See what sticks.
That's awesome. I like DC now.
DC, yeah. Jim Lee and Dan Didio. They're the two chief executives.
Yeah, I believe it was Didio that said that. But no, I like Prez. It's been an interesting story. I'm a little bit behind on it. Martian Manhunter.
John
was
Jones.
Good. First one. I haven't had a chance to read Gods and Monsters, but I flipped through it, and there was a Cincy Comic-Con ad in it. That was pretty neat to see.
Nice.
Looked like a lot of words.
Too many words.
I don't like DC's lettering. I think that's one of the big things for me.
I'm saying DC.
Sorry.
No, they dropped the ball by not having a recap page in the beginning.
That's true, too.
Marvel does. You say to yourself, like, what? You don't have the attention span? When you read so many titles,
Oh, yeah.
you forget what's going on.
I don't even want to know how many I've got coming out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Unnamed Man at Unnamed Store
Okay. Old man Bill.
came up to me, and he was like, wow, you're one of the most prepared people I know for after Secret Wars. And I was like, I know. He's like, oh, man, most people just think their issues are just going to keep coming, but they're going to get a big surprise when nothing's in their pool file. And I was like, we have this conversation every week, man. Like, I'm giving you 4 or 5 titles every month to put in my pool file.
He's right, though. I do have to.
I mean, he's not wrong, yeah. But it just bugs me because he always deletes things from my files, and then they're not in my pool file. And then I'm like, hey, this should be in there.
I've told him things to put in my poll file, and then here they come out, I see it on the shelf, not my file. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I had House of M for Secret Wars, and he deleted it because he thought it was the old one.
Oh, my gosh.
Not to rant about it. He's a nice guy, but
Yeah.
he doesn't let you be you. That's what comics are all about. At least at DC.
DCU.
Speaking of things that start with D,
Okay.
drop some Doctor Strange on you.
Okay. Let's do this. Need that toy as well.
First off, Cumberbatch is officially Doctor Strange. That was announced on the 31st.
Was it? He was at the D12 thing. That was before then.
Oh, well, this said it was officially announced then. Maybe
That
this
works.
article was from the 31st, but yeah. So he's official one way or another. And then Mads Mikkelsen. Man, we need to go back and listen to that one episode to get our new tagline again. I don't even remember what episode that was on. It's a show. Mikkelsen is named the front runner for the unnamed villain. He is on Hannibal.
Oh, that dude. He's going to be in the Star Wars standalone as well.
Yeah, same guy.
Cool.
Any guesses on Doctor Strange villain?
Dormammu.
See, I don't know much about Doctor Strange. I know he first appeared Strange Tales 110.
Who is the creator?
I don't know, man. I don't know that one. Stanley.
Well, yeah.
Really?
I believe so. And the artist was Steve Ditko, I believe. Stanley, I'm pretty sure
Steve
did.
Ditko of DCU?
No. That's Dan DiDio. Steve Ditko also created Spider-Man. Look it up with your smartness.
I am. Anyways, yeah, so Dormammu. Is that how you say it?
Dormammu. Yeah, I don't know many strange villains. That's the one I know.
Dormammu that's kind of what I'm leaning to just because he created by Steve Ditko.
And
Yeah.
also who?
That's it.
That's it? He wrote in?
Solo.
Wow.
It's called Solo.
You know, the weird thing, though, is he'll get paid, but Steve Ditko hasn't been seen in like 30 years. He dropped out of...
Like he's missing?
Not missing. He's alive. I guess he cashes the checks and stuff with Spider because he's the co-creator of Spider-Man as well. But he's... What is it called? Relative... It's a political viewpoint kind of created by objectivism, I think, by Ayn Rand. It's very kind of weird. They don't believe in charity at all. Like, you can't give them anything, and they don't take... Like, it's...
Interesting.
The tenets, I'm not 100% sure, but he's... I guess it's very clear with his writing, especially his solo stuff.
Interesting.
But I read that one time, and like, oh, Steve Ditko, because automatically Spider-Man. Like, huh. But you will not get a Steve Ditko cameo in the Doctor Strange movie.
I will.
No, you won't.
Dare me. But yeah, I'm leaning towards that. Well, I was originally leaning towards that because, yeah, I mean, you don't know much about Doctor Strange and you knew him. So there's name there. He is a big, giant, fiery guy, so that would look cool on the screen, especially IMAX. Some other ones is Baron Mordo. He is referred to as the alternate of Doctor Strange. So it's like if Doctor Strange has gone to the dark side, if you will, is what this guy is apparently. And he's apparently been around for a while. Umar is Dormammu's sister. So that could always be a fun team up there. Satanish.
Man,
Satanish.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know much about Doctor Strange. He just shows up.
Shumagroth. Goroth. That's a like octopus alien thing. That'd be kind of cool to see on the screen.
It's gonna be Dormammu.
Nightmare. Yeah, that's like the Freddy Krueger Sandman of the Marvel Universe. Loki, of course. They've battled before. He is, I mean, that's one way to make sure you're getting good sales on it. Throw the most popular character.
True.
Plus, it would give you a little filler between Dark World and Ragnarok for him.
Keep Chris Hiddleston. No, wait, what's his name? Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Keep him happy.
Dracula, I saw thrown out there. I think that one's a little bit less likely, but it would be cool because it would open up for some of the more monster horror things of it. And then last one I had was Silver Dagger, which I believe first appeared in the same issue. Not sure off the top of my head. But I think that one, I think we're more likely to see a smaller person like Silver Dagger or even Umar, Nightmare. Umar would make the most sense from what I'm about to say. But then, you know, it ends with Dumamora. You know, so he's set up for the second one. Because, I mean, if you look at, you know, you had Thor battled the Destroyer in the first one. So you're ready for him to
destroy him for a second.
Oh yeah, but that's like really the big bad, you know. I mean, yeah, it's more of a story of him.
Loki was pulling the strings the whole time, but
yeah. All right, fine. You had Guardians of the Galaxy fight Ronan the Accuser.
Okay.
So now we're all prepared for them to fight Thanos because we're like, oh wow, these guys can kick butt.
Yeah.
So that's why I just think we're gonna get a smaller, you know, still someone cool. That would look good on screen and stuff.
I mean, it could be a Spider-Man villain too. Now that they have the whole.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on how much origin we're gonna see and how much not.
I think they said Doctor Strange is the last origin, or maybe Ant-Man is the last origin.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. But yeah, so it's all gonna depend on that too, because they're not gonna throw. If it's an origin, I don't think we're gonna see Dumamora. Dormammu. I would like to see Shuma Gorath, just because it would give you like that old like.
And we finally know how to say the name.
B monster movie feel, because it really is. It's like a giant octopus with one eye. You know, it's kind of cool looking. But yeah, I don't know, something to think about. We got a while before that comes out, so. But
we got like a year. Yeah.
Something not that long.
What's
from
that?
now? September 13th to be exact. Anyone listening to us in Coney Island, I'm very jealous of you. The like upstate Coney Island, not Cincinnati, Coney Island. Okay. The Warriors, classic 80s movie. Clink clink. Warriors. How to play. Yeah. The cast is the Warriors is reuniting.
Oh.
On September 13th for one last time.
They're just gonna fight to the death?
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna be doing there, but that'd just be a blast to be there. So many people clinking bottles together. That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch that. I won't say we're do a podcast about it, but yeah, it might be a slow week.
It might be a slow one.
Game of Thrones. I'm gonna start.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna start fast tracking this.
Okay.
So, Game of Thrones spoilers. This will take about 30 seconds. Skip ahead if you don't want it. Lady Stoneheart will be in season 6.
Really?
Those who don't know that is the undead Catelyn Stark. Right? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Catherine Stark?
Catherine Stark, yeah. She's brought back to life. Gonna raise an army, fight some people. The new Hulk. Totally awesome Hulk. Series starting after Secret Wars. They finally revealed who it was. It is gonna be Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, everyone on the internet already guessed that one. Like the day they did it.
Oh, yeah. I had 2 guesses. It was him and Hulkling. Because Hulkling isn't really a Hulk, so it made sense there.
I think they gave it away because they said Marvel is going to be Marvel's only South Korean character. I'm like, well, that's Amadeus Cho. Like, we'll see.
Oh, I missed that part. I just went off the silhouette of the faux Hulk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy for it because it means I won't have to read Hulk.
Well, bye.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Amadeus Cho. He's a good backup character. No offense to the American Koreans, but not my cup of tea. I'll probably get number 1, though, because it'll be worth money.
No, it won't.
If you get, like, the 1 in 6,000 variant. No, it'd be cool. I've got first Miss Marvel. So
Is that worth anything?
Well, I've got number 1 Miss Marvel and first appearance. It's gone up a little bit, but, you know, they mass-produce that stuff so much these days. Nothing's worth anything anymore. Daredevil news, the show. Black Tower. That can't be right. It's got to be Blake. I just forgot the... Blake Tower will be in the show. He's the DA for New York City that helps Matt Murdock out. He'll be Steven Ryder. Name sounds familiar, but I can't name anything he was in. I meant to look that up.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Daredevil comic, you know, it's getting a new team on it. Bringing him back to New York City. He's going to be a prosecutor for a change. So day job, night job are going to line together.
Really?
His secret identity is going to be back. It'll be interesting to see how that works. Maybe with the whole Secret Wars thing.
Yeah, we'll have
That's
to
the only thing
see.
that's going to have to... Because, yeah, when we last left a Daredevil series, everyone knew he was Matt Murdock.
He goes out of his way to say, I'm not Daredevil. He's got a shirt that says it, that he goes to parties with.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And he's going to have an apprentice. Details on it are an undocumented immigrant based in Chinatown. So, probably a Chinese kid. They didn't want to use the word sidekick. They were perfectly clear on that. So
I don't like that word.
it's something like, I guess he's taking somebody under his wing. Maybe he'll
about
be
it,
blind.
There
I don't
hasn't
know.
been a new sidekick like 10, 20. I can't even think. Spider-Man, they did this whole Alpha thing where Alpha he thought was going to be sidekick, but Alpha thought Spider-Man was his sidekick because he's
Pretty
super
funny.
powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of them are team-up books. So
Yeah, you don't really see sidekicks anymore.
yeah, interesting. Speaking of Loki, a while ago, he is going to be playing a huge role in the Marvel Universe comics after Secret Wars. But they're not telling whether it's going to be he Loki or she Loki.
Probably he Loki.
I'm going to go with she Loki
No.
because I know A-Force is continuing, and based on the cover of number 3 or 4, whatever came out Wednesday, didn't get a chance to read it yet. She's a jerk. So
I only
I don't know.
say he because they like to keep things kind of close to the movies, and you don't want to have a girl Loki to confuse.
You'd say that now, but it's Thor.
Yeah.
I forget why they were talking about Thor, but Thor is remaining a woman until after Civil War, the movie. So, poo on you.
You know why? Because it's selling well.
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping to get a Jane Foster Thor sketch.
Oh.
Somebody does it.
I hope they do an action figure of her. I like the pop that I have.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. She's cool. Some big for Peter Parker and MJ
Okay.
is happening in the finale of Renew Your Vows.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
So you'll have to let us know what that is.
I will. If it came out on Wednesday,
It was at, I don't think it did.
'cause I haven't gone to the comic book store yet. I will tomorrow.
It was at Fandom. Is that what happened recently? Some con festival thing that happened recently.
There's always a con.
Yeah, they were talking about different things, and somebody asked him what Peter Parker and Mary Jane relationship was going to be at. It's a pretty funny one. I guess they started the con with there's things we aren't going to answer. Wolverine is still dead. I'm not telling you when he's coming back. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that they just list there, we won't answer these questions. Maybe that's where they said the Thor part. But yeah, that was pretty funny. And then I guess he was like, and if anyone needs a seat, we'll kick Batman and Harley Quinn out in the front row. I guess those people in costumes. Got a good laugh. Post Secret Wars, we'll still have the dark elements in some books, Marvel, gritty, reflecting on the time when everyone first kind of figured out their secret identities, and it was like, hey, help me out or I'll tell everyone your identity. Because they were all anti-villains, to each other.
Blackmail. How this country was made.
But yeah, so there'll still be a little bit of that, but a lot of the other books are going to be filled with youth and energy. You can see that in the new Avengers team where it has, Miles, Nova, and Miss Marvel on it, I think.
something like that.
Sam, Miss Marvel's name. Back to DC, Wonder Woman movie. Apparently the first half of the movie is going to take place during World War One.
Nice.
And the second half will be catching up to present day. I don't really know much about Wonder Woman, so that'll be interesting to see. Speaking of World War One, I heard a rumor that
Didn't happen?
Wolverine, I did hear that too. Wolverine met Black Widow in World War One. But I'm like, that doesn't add up. Speaking of it,
you keep going on these tangents.
I'm on tangents now. We've got one page left. We're good. And I saved us a lot of time. I went through a whole page in 8 minutes. Nice. Okay, so here's my thing with comics right now that I've realized recently. Okay, one, they dropped the mic that Iceman, past Iceman at least, young Iceman, whatever you want to call him, is gay. Mm-hmm. And then they go to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Finish that story up.
They will.
I know they will. It's coming out as soon as Secret Wars ends. But
there's no good way to do this. You're not going to make everyone happy. He shouldn't have done this.
I'm more interested in the Utopians because they are like, oh, hey, all these X-Men you thought we forgot about, they've just been shown at Utopia. 2, so Quicksilver has a daughter. She's an Inhuman with the Inhuman crystal. Well, she has power, so I don't know if she's an Inhuman or mutant, but beyond the point. She was born 1982.
All right.
Give a change. I think that's right. Okay. We last saw her in the latest all-new X Factor run. And she was still approximately, 8, 12, somewhere in that mix. Okay. Hope Summers, born 2007 our time. We last saw her, Cable, X-Force, Axis, time period,
Yeah.
Assumably still 12, but is always drawn like she's 16, 18,
yeah,
21.
She seems developed as a woman.
Yeah. There is one funny, it was during AVX actually, that it was an Avengers book, and she was there, and she was drawn like hardcore, like an 11-year-old girl. And it was so weird, because like the next issue, she was back to being her 16, 18-year-old self. And I believe if you look at her official, she is supposed to be like 13, 14. So that must mean that from our time 82 to our time 2007, if Luna, Quicksilver's daughter, is still seemingly the same age as Hope, if not younger, that time period was only like 2 to 3 years.
Well, didn't Hope's a little different because she was in and out of time and aged differently. Like 10 years, she might have spent. Yeah,
that's true. I didn't think about that. She could have grown up in the measure 3000.
Yeah, really, the whole Marvel universe, maybe 10 years gone by. Because you look at Franklin and Valoria Richards, they're still 4 and 6 or so. Like they're young. I think only about 10 years.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see, or even talk to like Stan Lee or something.
Stan Lee doesn't have a stake in this anymore.
Just to see like how old do they think like Cyclops is right now, I'd give him 40s, but then I'm like, well, he's a little old. I mean, I guess they train all their lives, so it's not that old for them. Because they were 18, if not younger, when X-Men 1 came out.
I'd say they're late 20s then. I think they're like Spider-Man, late 20s.
I give all, like, the original X-Men, I'm giving them, like, 30s.
They could be in their
the
early
youngest.
30s.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man...
I'd say 30.
If he's your gauge, and depending on like when he got his powers, he was 15, 16, 10. He's 25, 26, maybe 27. He's gone through college because he's been a teacher for a little stint. So you're looking at least 22.
Yeah.
So
that'd be interesting. Yeah, we should pick that up. I am excited to ask Cullen Bunn how old he thinks Magneto is.
Magneto...
Because he was in World War II.
Yeah, so Magneto has a defined age. If he was a youngster in concentration camp days, but they've kind of explained his aging through convoluted means.
True, because he was turned into a baby at one point.
So you can have him be old, but yeah, I don't even remember which podcast was talking about this. Like, at what point will they have to change, like, Magneto and Captain America? Captain America, I didn't see such a big point because you could just keep extending how long he was frozen. He's your fixed point.
Well, he's back to being an old man.
Yeah, but he's your fixed point of he was in World War II, But the thing that changes is how long he was frozen. Because originally, in the 60s, he was only frozen for like 10, 15 years when he came back the first time. But now, 60, 70 years.
I know it was a while ago. I did find an article on real events in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So I guess you could kind of use that as a timeline too, but then I have a feeling it wouldn't add up at all.
Recently, like the last 3 years, there was this like side S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is just doing things from her perspective and just shows her scenes at Civil War, then Secret Invasion, then AVX. And then she just says, it's been a crazy couple months.
I did read somewhere where they were talking about the same thing where it's like, in reality, like AVX and Axis were only like 2 days apart if you really look at the universe.
That's so messed up to think about. Like I don't want to live in that
non-stop
world. Non-stop monsters.
I think it was one of the X-Men like pointed out that like we just stopped. It wasn't AVX. They were talking. It was either Avenger or X-Men. They were talking, and they were like, we literally just stopped fighting each other.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
When they do the Marvel Summits, they probably all figure this out. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
You could probably go down a huge rabbit hole if you talk to somebody like Joe Quesada or somebody, chief creative officer.
That's our goal.
Like, hey, explain the Marvel Universe. How long? Like, all right, you got a week? Sit down.
So that's what I'm asking, like Stan Lee. Like
Stan Lee checked out a long time ago.
Well, yeah, but you could still ask him, like, hey, how old do you think Cyclops is right now?
Well,
and he'd be like, well, I was 40 when I wrote him, and I'm 82 now, so I guess he's 42. Excelsior. He's a great guy. I did meet him once, so.
Yeah, you did.
He was actually really cool, He was like, I had X-Men 12, I think. Now I'm thinking 16, but it's 12. I don't know. Juggernaut's first appearance. It's probably neither of them. I don't know. But he picked it up. He was like, oh, this was a great issue, and signed it and handed it back to me. It was pretty neat. You're not allowed to touch him, though.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Unless you're getting your picture with him. Which is, like, what's the difference?
Because he doesn't want too many people shaking his hand because of germ
I guess
sickness.
So. Yeah. All right, Agent Carter. The Black Widow agent Dottie Underwood will return as a villain.
Cool.
And her thread throughout the series, it sounds like. When I first said Black Widow, it was like,
Black she die? It's been a long time since I've seen that.
See, I was kind of thinking that too, but the exact words from Agent Carter were, she's a slippery snake, so maybe she just seemed dead or something. No, she didn't die.
If she did, they'll do a flashback, or
she fainted or something.
I don't remember.
And said that Agent Carter attacked her. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's back. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The spinoff Marvel's Most Wanted. They said they're not going to worry about it until down the road. So it sounds like they're going to try and get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. solid before they jump into the second project again. The Advanced Threat Containment Unit, ATCU, is going to be the antagonist for the main part of the series, which brings the team back together. Cool. Ward is going to be a big deal bad guy. Last we saw him, he was taking over Hydra, so it makes sense. And the writer, I don't know who, has said that May's leaving has been blown out of the water by fans. So I guess it's not as big of a leave as people are making it out to be.
Just her leave of absence?
Yeah. Ronda Rousey, we've talked about her a few times, call her our friend now.
Okay.
This is great. She's going to star in a Roadhouse remake. Hopefully start production next year. That's going to be insane.
That's funny.
I hope she is Patrick Swayze's daughter.
That'd be crazy awesome. I haven't seen Roadhouse, actually.
Oh, it's a great one. It's been a couple years since me, at least 2008.
I got so many movies I need to watch.
Batman Day is back this year, September 26th. Apparently it was a huge success last year, celebrating the 75th. So they're doing it again.
Was last year?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it was. I guess,
Yeah.
Man, time keeps going.
Preacher has a date now, May of 2016. It's the best we're getting right now. And they put up a first poster. It's pretty neat. If I remember, I'll add it to
Need to finish
stuff.
reading those. I read the first 3 collected books.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed. Like 3-4 years ago, I heard Wind that it was the next to be produced, so I tried to find a 1, and it was probably like, found a couple for like 30 or something, you know, but I was like, I don't want, that's a lot for taking a risk. But now, probably a couple hundred. Yeah, maybe someday.
The comic collectors have all sorts of those stories, man. You're not alone.
It's true.
Such is the life.
Bruce Campbell is producing and hosting a new reality show called Bruce Campbell's Horrified. It is going to be it's the same company that makes King of the Nerds.
Okay.
But it sounds like it's going to be the same kind of concept, but horror comedy themed. And it sounds like the house they're staying in is going to be one that is supposedly haunted.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be pretty cool. I might look out for casting. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Since it can be on Twinning. Star Wars Episode 8 began filming.
Did it already? Wow.
Yeah, in Ireland. So.
Oh,
yeah,
potatoes. Ireland.
Gwynpool, did you see this?
I just a few hours ago, maybe flipping to
Yeah.
Facebook.
Apparently, it was a variant for Deadpool Secret War #2, and then some lady cosplayed it at some con, so it got even more popular. People are pushing for its own series. I'm against it.
Seems unnecessary, but that's weird.
Yeah, I don't. Unless it's like gonna be Spider-Gwen for like an issue, dresses like Deadpool, but a lot of people are mad because she doesn't have pants.
Pants?
Yeah, it's like Psylocke almost. You know, the bikini bottom thing.
That's what I wear.
Well, yeah, but you're not a woman.
Yeah, women can't wear that stuff.
Jessica Jones trailer we already talked about. Did you see the trailer for Krampus?
No, I was about to, but I was
Right.
running late this morning.
That's all I'm going to say about this. That's everyone's homework. Go watch that trailer. It looks terrible, but it is going to be the best movie of the year, hands
great.
down. It's another horror Christmas movie to fill in.
Good.
For those who are like, Krampus?
We need those.
Is that about my grandpa? And finally, not finally, one more big one after this, the thing you're going to hate, Star Wars subscription box, starting in November. $25 every month. Same kind of setup as the Marvel one. First one, Funko Pop. First one is going to include 2 exclusives from The Force Awakens.
I need this in my life.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they're going to alternate it with the Marvel.
They should. That way I'm
It's
always
essentially
happy.
the same company. But yeah, $25 every other month.
Yeah, I
so.
put a pause on the horror and arcade block this month. It sucks. I'm really sad.
Sorry.
You know. But I will get that one. I need it. Because
Need it.
Well, I mean, I don't need anything. I need air and water. But
Air and water.
But the Marvel subscription, the collector core thing, has not let me down yet. It's been great. You get at least one exclusive pop, shirt, get cool stuff. So Star Wars goes back and forth. They're like, Marvel characters or Star Wars better? Time will tell. I think I had superheroes first, but man, Star Wars really took a hold of me. So I don't have to choose. I get both.
I don't know. Now that I broke down and bought a pop, I might have to get the Marvel one. Yeah,
Next month is Villains.
Cthulhu.
Villains.
Is it?
That's
it?
and then they'll
Haven't
probably
seen
do
it.
Heroes after that.
Naturally. Yeah, I stood in front of the True Blood one that looks like me the other day. So we were both talking. He didn't have any comics last week.
Yeah, I almost bought a pop.
This week I only had 3. I had Popeye too. But yeah, it's just so weird only spending $10 at the comic store that I was standing in front of him. I was like, I should just buy that. But I decided to wait till he puts them on sale again. Because he does that pretty often. Oh, I skipped over this. Pokemon Go, did you see this?
Just saw this today. My brother sent
I
me a
mean,
link.
if the trailer is even half of what they're showing,
That's what I was telling him in that trailer. It's overpromising.
At the very end, they show you what it's more likely going to be like for like 2 seconds. It's still going to be pretty cool. If it's inexpensive, I'd do it. It'd be fun, especially if it's like the originals.
Yeah.
Which it seems like that's what they're leaning more towards. It'd be cool for like a week, I'm sure. Kind of like Spider-Man Unlimited.
I got full back into that, man.
And then I started playing the other night. and then we jump back into it back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's using the AR app, kind of like the Marvel comics do, and then it's using location tracking.
Remember a couple years ago, there was like a April Fool's joke where they did that same thing with your using Google Maps. And
Oh yeah. Well, if anyone can do it, it's Google.
Yeah.
So, last thing I got, gonna somber it down a little bit. Really awesome, super cool guy, Bob Wiasek. Hurt his arm, he fell. He is an inker for Marvel. For me, huge guy. New Mutants, Uncanny X-Men, like, long time fan. But yeah, I guess he had a nasty fall and he hurt his arm. So he's having trouble getting work done now. So we put up a GoFundMe. Fully funded already, which is pretty awesome. Cool thing about it, if you donate $40, after he gets caught up with his commissions, he is going to be sketching any character you want, whether it's one of his or not, sending it out to you. You can pay more to get more detailed one, commissions and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to link that in the show notes.
That's cool.
But I mean, if you got extra $40, yeah, it's
That's
cool.
the bread and butter. That's the thing that sucks.
He's a fantastic artist. He's got 40 years in the business, so $40 is dirt cheap. I mean, I don't know how good of a sketch he's going to do, but I'm sure he's going to be really grateful and do the best he can,
Yeah.
But $40 is really cheap compared to some of the other ones that you see out there. Yeah, help the guy out. It's fully funded, like I already said, but hey, he lost his wife 3 years ago. Now he can't do his job. There's been a couple other artists I've seen, but they're like, hey, send me some of your work. I'll do it for free.
You got to remember that a lot of these guys, they're freelancers, so they don't have contracts. If something happens, that's their livelihood. That's why a lot of like artists and more writers, artists is pretty full-time, but they have full-time real jobs too.
Yeah.
It's a hard industry,
Yeah, unless you end up being like Tony Moore or Rick Remender or something.
Yeah, generally, like, it's the way the industry goes.
Yeah.
Computers can do things, so why do we need humans to do it?
Like this podcast. Malfunction. But yeah, if you got some extra money, help the guy out. I'm going to have him do Cannonball. I might, if I've got, depending on how much I do at the two cons this weekend and next.
Yeah.
Like, if everyone's just outrageous, I don't drop any money, I might send them a little bit more to just do all the New Mutants. That'd be really cool. So I've got a couple other posters, so that'd be nice. But Cannonball for sure. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess other somber note. We weren't recording, but Wes Craven.
Oh, I thought you said we weren't recording this whole time. Like, what?
We didn't record anything. We just peeked.
Just peeked. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Wes Craven.
Yeah. That's fortunate.
Yeah. Rest in peace. He didn't even get to see the final episode of the Scream TV show. So I gotta say, now that it's all out, if you can watch it all straight, do it. It's pretty awesome.
Maybe I will.
It was a little rough. I'm not a big fan of MTV shows.
Yeah.
There's just how they're shot. They've always been shot the same way since recently. But no, it was a good storyline.
Dude gave me a lot of nightmares. That's what he's going
dude
for.
defined my adolescence, for sure. He was a great guy. Yeah.
All right.
Let's pick it up. Anything
pick it
cool?
up.
You didn't have any comics, so.
No, I didn't. The week before, literally nothing. And then I haven't gone to the shop yet. But yeah, we've got the con this week. Yeah. And
run down some names real quick. Steve Lieber, latest thing was probably Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Worked on Hawkeye a little bit, the original run. Cameron Stewart and Brendan Fletcher of Batgirl fame. Brian Level, who of Hating You fame.
okay.
Bill Willingham. Ryan Brown. That's the guy that's working on. He works on a bunch of stuff, but he worked on the new Thor a little bit, one issue, I think. Colin Bunn, hopefully my new best friend after this week. Chris Burnham, Sean Crystal, really cool guy. I've met him a few times. Evan Dorkin, Ming Doyle, Ray Fox, Mike Hawthorne, Deadpool, Kyle Holtz, Kevin McGuire, Mike Norton, Phil Noto, Jeff Parker, Rick Remender, Tony Moore, of course, Derek Robertson, Chris Sprouse. There's a ton of other people. Those are just the ones that I had any interest in. Or comics from. And that's just our first con.
It's going to be a repeat for me. I don't have the time or means to go through things, so.
For our next con,
Oh.
got Alan Bellman. Super excited about that again. Joel Adams, Dave Adkins, Art Baltazar, Daryl Banks of Green Lantern fame, Scott Beardstead, blah blah blah, Andy Bennett. Yeah, I'm not gonna read you all these names. Mark Kidwell stands out. Dave Marquez. I feel like there's somebody really cool I'm forgetting. Anyways, look it up yourself, you jerks.
Yeah.
The other side of the con, I'm going to have Robert Kurtzman, which is from Tusk fame, I believe. Austin St. John, Red Ranger, Robin Lord Taylor, of course, Penguin, Burt Ward, and Adam West. And
Wish I had that Blu-ray set
I don't think they need introductions.
and time and money to get them to sign it.
And David Yost of the Blue Ranger. Yeah, I can't decide if I'm going to get the Power Rangers. I don't know if I've told the story in here. The original Black Ranger kind of guilted me into getting his autograph once.
Yeah.
So I got the group shop with like, all right, well, I'll just get everybody. Then come to find out the Yellow Ranger's dead.
Yeah, I think I was the one who brought that to
You
your
did.
attention. Yeah.
And the Pink Ranger has done like one con in 10 years.
You could track her down.
And it was like $300 to get her autograph.
Just find where she lives. You're like, whoa, that's random. Can you
Yeah.
sign this?
It's true. I mean, yeah. Red Ranger, I see him all the time. Blue Ranger, I've seen a couple times. Green Ranger's everywhere. I'm surprised he's not coming this year.
He alternates. This
Does
is
he?
what happened before. Yeah, we had Red Ranger was here, but it went Blue Ranger, it went Green Ranger,
Blue Ranger.
Blue Ranger, Green Ranger. Now we're back to.
You think it'd be rude if I got the other Yellow Ranger to sign it? I'm not sure which one's on. I'll have to double check.
I think it might
that.
be in
I'm
bad
pretty sure
taste
it is
if it's
the deceased one, if you
yeah,
will.
Trina. I know. I can't remember.
Katrina was the character's name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be in bad taste. You leave that one blank.
For having I told you if I ever time traveled, I'd go like day before, like, hey, can you sign this? Yeah, sure.
You're
Like, be careful. What?
You're the reason. You're the reason. What'd you say?
I'd start playing Hoobastank the reason, and I'd get super famous, and I'd be vindicated.
Like Hot Tub Time Machine 2?
In the Spider-Man movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I do get
It's
the
not
reference.
that great.
Man, Vindicated from Spider-Man, that was my jam.
That was a good song.
Vindicated. I know, it came at a perfect time in my life. Got my heart broken. We should play that for our outro this week. I think that's illegal. Yeah.
I didn't bring my book of the super.
That's alright, I didn't put up last week's anyways.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
All right.
Alright, well.
Trivia, I don't even know where we're at.
Alright, trivia. There's some other stuff, but I don't think it's appropriate for this
Okay.
podcast. How is this? Son of a gun.
What?
Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are pretty.
22 to 19 was where we left off.
Okay.
So,
I'll go. What is the name of the serum Tony Stark takes to improve his abilities and the power of his armor?
Extremis.
Yep. Or Extremis. Extremis? I never knew the right one.
Extremis. Who led the Secret Warriors team into battle against the Skrull invasion? I thought this would be easy, but now I'm kind of second guessing how easy it's going to be.
Let's go Nick Fury.
Correct. Yeah, I was worried you'd say Quake.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say Quake.
Okay. True or false? When Henry Pym became a super-sized hero, his first superhero identity was Goliath.
False.
It's false. He was first
Giant
giant man.
It's like super sized. It's like, man was his first.
Confusing one.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this one. Yggdrasil,
Okay. Yikes.
an important part of the Asgardian life, is also known as the world blank. I can
Wow.
so you can actually see the word. I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that.
The Asgardian life is also a part of the
World blank. Also known as the world blank.
Wow, that doesn't help.
Yggdrasil.
Is it one of the 9 realms, like the Tree of Life?
I'll give you it. The
Okay.
world tree.
Yeah.
Yggdrasil.
I figured it was one of the worlds.
Near.
Near.
Well, stalemate. Yet again. We're just so good. You were just better than me a few times.
Still no X-Men questions.
We got one, but
Yeah.
you got it, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, we're both in the 20s now.
Good. All right. Well, I've been Frankie.
I've been Daniel.
Catchphrase.
When it comes to food, we never settle.